So I recently watched a video of a young boy, maybe 7 or 8 years old. He was running around a hospital, like ecstatic, almost like he's celebrating. He was hugging every single doctor and nurse in the place. And really, at first, you couldn't tell what he was saying. But after a minute or so, you could make out the words. He was yelling, "I'm getting a new heart. I'm getting a new heart," like loud, screaming. His mom was recording this whole thing, and as I watched this scene, watched this unfold, I realized that this guy needed a heart transplant to survive. And he wasn't just happy, he was ecstatic, he was excited, he was joyful, he was just absolutely, exuding this energy that his new heart had finally come in. So think about what this means. In a couple of days, he's gonna go into surgery. He's gonna be put under anesthesia. His chest is gonna be cut open. His failing heart's gonna be removed from his body, and then they're gonna put a new one in. That is hopefully gonna save his life. Now, if you or I had to face exactly the same thing, how would we be feeling? If I'm honest, I'm not sure I'm running around the hospital thanking the doctors and nurses. I'm probably in fear, in pain, focusing on the procedure, focusing on everything that could go wrong. But this kid, man, he's focusing on what's right. He's focusing on the chance to live, to survive, to have a future. That's the point. Most of us, when we wake up in the morning, we don't even think about what's right. We immediately go to what's wrong. We jump on social media and we start comparing ourselves to other people. We're like, why am I not as good looking? Why am I heavier than I want to be? Why don't I have as nice of a car? Why don't I live in that house? We open up our email and we just see one problem after another. Missed deadlines, a coworker who maybe dropped the ball. We turn on the news and it's just nonstop tragedy, disaster, and negativity. It's almost like the world wants to condition us, to train us to focus on what's wrong. And here's the thing, what we focus on expands, it grows, it gets bigger. So if we're constantly focusing on what's wrong, then guess what's gonna grow in your mind, in your life? More negativity, more stress, more anxiety. But what if we flip that script? What if instead of waking up and complaining about our back hurting, our kids making us late, our spouse not doing something we wanted them to do, we focus on the fact that, well, we have kids and they're probably healthy. They're probably walking, seeing, hearing. And I think if we made a list of everything that's wrong in our life and then a list of everything that's right, this list is probably going to be about 10 times as long. But we don't think this way naturally because I think we're conditioned to focus on the problems. And what we want to do is challenge you to break that pattern. And I've seen this in my own life with my father-in-law, Bobby. So he's been battling cancer for a little over a year, colon, liver, and lung cancer, all at one time. And when it was first diagnosed last October, he was given what looked like a death sentence. The doctor was not very hopeful. He's 77 years old, and I think it would have been so easy for him to just focus on the worst parts. The fear, the pain, the hopelessness, the fact that he had cancer, he was facing his own mortality. But man, he chose differently. He chose to find the beauty even where it first appeared ugly. So the doctors, they gave him a chance, not a great chance, but still a chance. And he said, we're gonna fight. We got sucker punched and now we're gonna punch back. And I'm not alone. I'm gonna appreciate every single day I have with my family. We're going to appreciate just feeling better, even if it's just a little bit. He's had something like 11 rounds of chemo and he never got sick, he never threw up, never lost his hair. To say he focused on what's right would be this massive understatement. I take rides with him in the orchard and we're driving and he'll just say, stop. And he'll look up and he'll see a single leaf. He'll see a breeze. He'll see the way a tree branch is moving in the sunlight. And I think a lot of us would just ignore this, but he finds the beauty in it. And that's the skill I'm talking about. Being grateful isn't just about saying thanks for the big obvious things that you should be grateful for, like health or money or your family. It's about training your mind to find beauty where most people see nothing, or worse. We call it FitBe here at Freedomology. Find the beauty in everything. This is a muscle that you can develop to grow. If you can find beauty in things that look ugly at first glance, your whole perspective changes. Most stress, anxiety, depression are linked to rumination. So constantly thinking about what's wrong, what's missing, what's broken. But what if we just ruminated positively? What if we trained our minds to chew on the good stuff, to savor the blessings, to focus on what's right. Imagine waking up tomorrow and instead of asking your partner or your kids, hey, what's wrong? Which is going to instantly direct their attention to something negative, you just say, hey, what's right? And this is a weird, almost contrarian way to look at the world because we're so used to being in problem-solving mode. But what would it do to your mind, to your relationships, to your day if every interaction started with a spotlight on what's right? How would that change the energy in your home, your work, or your entire life? And then go deeper. Be grateful for the challenges because they're teaching you resilience. Be grateful for inconveniences because they're giving us patience or forcing us to slow down and appreciate what we may have just taken for granted. And I don't think it's about denying reality. It's just about choosing where to place our focus. The world, social media, the news, they all want you to focus on what's wrong. But you get to decide what thoughts you're going to feed. You get to choose the direction of your mind. And when you choose gratitude, when you choose to find the beauty in everything, you're going to free yourself from this cycle of negativity that keeps so many people stuck. So tomorrow, just try it. Instead of asking what's wrong, ask yourself and the people that you love, hey, what's right? And then keep asking what's right every single day for the next 100 years.